Hi everyone, and welcome to today's run. So today I'm in Shoreham by Sea and we're at the start of the Downslink Ultra. So if you know a little bit about the background of this race, you'll know that traditionally the Downslink Ultra starts in Guildford and finishes here in Shoreham. But this year is the 10th anniversary of the race, so the race directors have decided to basically run it in reverse. So we're running from Shoreham to Guildford. So essentially what I'm doing today is just a long run home. I'm here with Dan, who's over there, and yeah, we're here at the Scout Hut about to register for the race. The race is starting in about 40 minutes time, so plenty of time to get a little warm up in ahead of the start, and yeah, really looking forward to it. Should be a good day today in terms of weather. Not overly warm, but perfect conditions for running hopefully, and fingers crossed for no rain. So without further ado, I'm going to head in the Scout Hut, get myself registered, then we're going to get on the start line and ready to race. So here we go.
I'm all here. Thanks for coming. Hands up, who's first time? Have a nice run. Thank you. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thanks guys. Yeah, mate. Thanks, mate. Well done, Dan. Looking good, mate. Alright, so 5 and a bit K in, already made our first mistake of the day. Not our fault, correct?
Not our fault.
Dodgy course marking, but we followed the GPX in the end, and we think we're back on track now because we've seen a few more course markings since that dodgy one. I mean, someone could have moved it, very nefarious, but we're back on track, moving well, and having fun? No, we're not having fun, but I'm sure we will at some point. Cheers, mate. Missed us. Morning, guys. Cheers. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Alright, so we're through aid station 1. 8.5 K in 45 minutes dead, pretty much. So still moving well. Didn't stop, literally just sped straight through. Not a huge amount on offer at the first one there, but it is early doors, so regardless we probably wouldn't have stopped even if there was something to eat. So yeah, just a bit of water on offer there. But the next one I think is in another 8K's time, so we'll probably stop there for about 10 miles ish, I think, and then yeah, maybe get something to eat there. But moving well, and yeah, decent pace so far, decent pace. But already the field has opened up now, so a couple of people ahead, down behind, quite a big gap behind him. So yeah, trucking on. Oh, noise of this road, do without that. Get back on the trails. Alright, so just approaching 14k, and we're now about 3k away from the next checkpoint, or thereabouts, and yeah, still moving well. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this watch. So in my last video, I told you guys that I've been testing this Suunto Vertical out for the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, and I said then I was very impressed with it. But today, we're using it in a race scenario. So yeah, we're using everything on the watch today. So we're using the mapping and a few of the race features from the Suunto app page. So I've got sort of like a race pacer running in the background as well, just to give me a few splits for 50k, 100k, all those kind of regular ultra distance races. And yeah, it's really good. So a few things about the watch that I've liked over this last couple of weeks of using it is, first and foremost, the styling. Now I know that's a bit subjective and some of you may not like that, but I really like the way this watch looks. So yeah, from everything to like the little details of the sort of knarling around the bezel, and also the few little dots around where the buttons are, it's just really nice. It's that sort of perfect blend of elegant and rugged. So yeah, I really like the styling of this watch. So yeah, I mean that may not matter to you, but if you're wearing it on a day-to-day, I think it's always nice to have something on your wrist that looks good and makes you feel good ultimately as well. So that's the first thing that I've really liked about this watch. Second of all is the sort of day-to-day stats that you get from it, like step counting, heart rate, sleep tracking, all of that. It does it all really well. I mean, there's no extra fluff or extra sort of additional bits of data that you would get, say, from a Garmin, where it sort of overcomplicates it. It just sort of shows you what you need to know, like how long you've slept for. It doesn't really show you too in-depth about sleep zones, etc., but to me that's not really important. I just want to know how much sort of sleep I've been getting. And then obviously step counting, been working fine. And pairing between my Phoenix and the Suunto, they've been matching up pretty well. And yeah, it just gets everything that it needs to do done well, and it doesn't provide you with any sort of extra bits of guff that you're not really too interested in. So yeah, from that perspective it works fantastically as well. Now in terms of sports tracking, for obviously for running like this, again, the runs that I've been doing over the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, it is tracked spot on in terms of distance, elevation, absolutely fantastic. I've been using it, as I say, against my Garmin Phoenix 7X, and both of the stats from both of those watches have been, again, marrying up pretty well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's been recording my runs and everything. There hasn't been anything pop up over the last 4 weeks where I thought, oh, that's a bit crazy, like under reporting or over reporting distances or elevation. It's all been pretty spot on. So yeah, once again, another tick for the Suunto Vertical. Now, the one thing, actually the two things that I think are missing from the watch slightly, and these could be added, one of them, sorry, could be added with a software update, and that is the mapping. So on the Garmin, you do get obviously the street names, etc., and all those kind of bits on the map built into the watch, whereas you don't on the Suunto. But for me, I think things like street names, not really essential, especially when you're trail running. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. But I think a feature that they could add, hopefully someday, sometime down the line, or maybe in a future model, would be to have the ability to create a route from the watch itself that would take you to A and B using the fastest points, i.e. trails or road. Because as far as I can tell, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, there is only sort of like go back the way you came using the course that you've mapped, or basically stopping and creating a route on the phone and then pairing that with the watch and then running that. But I think it would be nice, especially in an emergency situation, if you get caught out somewhere that you don't know and you want to go the fastest point A to B using known routes, if you don't want to be sort of like running across fields or whatever. I think that's a very handy feature to have. The second feature that this watch doesn't have, and hopefully again it will come in a future model or version of this watch, would be to have a built-in flashlight. Now the Garmin Fenix 7 has a built-in flashlight on the X model here, and that has been an absolutely fantastic feature to have. It does sound like a bit of a gimmick, but it's one of those things, once you have it you realise there's so many uses for it. So if somehow Suunto could feature a dedicated flashlight in a future model, that would be a fantastic thing to have, and that would probably sell me on the watch and yeah, get me to switch over to Suunto, because everything that I have liked about this watch has just been fantastic. Like the app itself, really crisp and clean, shows all your data very well, and yeah, as I say, no fluff, no stuff that you don't really need or care about, for me anyway. I mean, your mileage may vary, but that's how I found it. Just works, it just does exactly what it needs to, really well. So that's my sort of little rambly chat about this Suunto Vertical watch. If you have any other questions about it, please do drop those down in the comments and I'll answer them to my best of my ability. And yeah, that's about it. Here we are, stop at the pub. Here we are. Oh. Good time. Boo! Boo! Straight through, gentlemen. Go on, daddy boy. Alright, so we're about 21 kilometres in now, in just under 2 hours, so moving pretty well, pretty pleased with that. I pulled away from Dan a little bit now. He was struggling a little bit with his heart rate and he wasn't feeling too good, so I just pushed on a little bit. Maybe he'll catch me later on in the race, but if not, I'll put a link up above to Dan's channel to see his race day video, see how it all went. But he is moving at a decent pace. He's just not feeling too good right now, so I thought I'd let him crack on rather than me annoying him with all my chatting. I thought I'd just run on a little bit, but we're out in the sort of middle of the countryside now. Really nice, so you get a sort of sense of what it would have been like to be on the train through here. Quite a nice little route, to be fair. Not many views in the last sort of 5 or 6 kilometres, but yeah, it's pleasant. And the sun's come out, which is all right. At least it's not raining, but I hope it just doesn't get too warm, because then it starts to be a bit of a problem. But flying on now, not sure where the next stop is, but I don't think it's too far ahead. Thank you. Here we are, coming up to aid station 3, I think. A bit cross. Are they going? Are they stopping? I don't know, I'm confused. Alright, so we just ticked over on 31 kilometres, just going past Christ Hospital School here. So it's a fascinating old school. Not old school as in, you know, old school music, but an old school as in a historic place of education. Yeah, they have some really interesting uniform here at this school. I'll try and find a picture to put up on the screen with you guys, but yeah, fascinating place. The main building over there, see the tower just peeking over the trees, looked amazing running through in spots, so yeah, really cool. I mean, their sports ground looks pretty impressive too. But yeah, as I say, 31k now, and just sort of winding through the roads here, but still moving well, and fueling's going good and everything. Hope Dan's doing okay. I saw my mum and my dad and Zachary back at the last checkpoint as well, so it's good to see them. I think we missed them early on in the race as well. They tried to meet us at checkpoint 1, but we were too quick. So yeah, moving on. Not too sure what the next place is, aid, but I'm sure it's not too far from here. And then we'll be coming into sort of home territory, Cranley and Bramley, and then St Martha's, and then the Chilworth finish. So yeah, moving well. So I think we're pretty much basically halfway. Okay, so we've just left Slinfold, I think it was. Nice little aid station there, just on the corner, just behind me, just round there. Nice glass of Coke here. So yeah, we're walking while we sip on this, but feeling good, moving well still. I'm just having a little bit of chat there at the aid station. The race directors are there. 14 people have dropped out so far. I mean, it wasn't a huge field to begin with. I think we're left with about 65 runners or something like that now after this. A lot have dropped, so yeah, quite a small field today, but a nice little event so far. I really enjoyed it actually. It's been really good, really runnable, so it's kind of good for the opposite ends of the spectrum. If you're looking for like your first ultra, it's quite good because the elevation's pretty low, so you don't have to worry too much about hills. So if you take sensible walk breaks, it's quite easily doable, and it's not a monstrous distance either. And obviously on the opposite end, if you are at the sharp end of the race, gives you the opportunity, being relatively flat, to put your foot down and push for some time. So yeah, it's quite a nice little race, highly recommend. Anyway, all that said, crack on, get the next little section done. I think we're heading towards Cranley next. first real hill. Oh, it's a steep one. I mean, it's not particularly long because I can see the top, but oh, yeah. It probably doesn't come out on camera, but trust me, you'll have to take my word for it. Oh, right, nearly a marathon in. I'll catch up with you when we get there. Okay, so just gone over 42.2 kilometres marathon distance in a time of 3 hours 56. But just caught my first glimpse of the North Downs through the trees, so we're getting there. It's Cranley is the next stop, and that's in about 3k from here, so not far to go to there. I'll have a full refill of both bottles there, and probably take my time a little bit, have something substantial to eat and reset before we conquer the last little bit of this race. It's feeling okay. Legs are starting to get a little bit tired now, but they're still moving, which is the main thing. So onwards now to Cranley. Yes, mate! You alright? Yeah? You ready? Come on then, let's go. Let's go. You alright? Yeah. Yeah? Good. Oh. Woof! Look at that. I've got a pacer. Got a pacer. Hello everybody, you alright? Is there food around here? So thirsty.
Yeah, there must be an aid station at Cranley.
There better be.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Going, you could
Thank you.
place, mate.
Yeah, thank you. I'll see you at the finish. Bye. Love you, Zachary. Alright, we're through Cranley aid station. Shout out to the wonderful volunteers. And Wayne, who was there from GTR, give me a cheer, very nice. Another cup of Coke as we march. So next is Bramley, I think, so probably about another 6 or 7k to there, and then on to St Martha's. And we've got the big climb up the hill. Fantastic, can't wait. All right. There is St Martha's up there. There she is. Thanks very much. Alright, so here we are, we're approaching St Martha's now. Shout out to Adam, who's just popped down to see me out on the course. He's just behind me back there. Great to see him. Now the climbing begins. Like, this is the most of the elevation for this race packed in to the last little bit. So kind of looking forward to the walk, because my sort of side, my ITB is playing up again. I think it's these flat races just really cause my legs to flare up. I don't like it. Continual running. So we're gonna have a bit of a walk up the hills in a minute. So we're nearly there. I think we've got about 4.5k to go. In the road. Alright, and let's go. Where do we finish? Where do we finish? Where is it? Up there. Up here. All right. Woo, where do we go? Oh, over the mat. Lovely. Thanks everyone. Woo! Done. Woohoo! Yes, mate. We did it. Oh. Awesome. Awesome. What a race. What a race. Whew. Okay. Cup of tea. Fan club. Zachary, where's my medal? Show the medal. There it is. A really good run, really good race. Lovely community vibe here. Finishing at the village hall. Really enjoyed it. Decent result. I'll put the stats up on the screen somewhere so you can have a look at that. But really pleased with how it went. Now we're going to go and put our feet up. Well, I'll put my feet up. Katie's going to have to look after the kids as always. And yeah, we'll have a nice evening. But thank you all for watching the video. If you liked today's video, please press the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more running videos like this. So that's it. Take care. Stay safe. Peace. And we'll all see you in another video. Peace. I can't do it with my cup.